We continue tonight to follow the aftermath of last night's crash involving a school bus that left 6 kids injured. A judge set the bond of the driver that struck the bus at $50,000 today. North Baltimore man Aaron Hilt faces multiple charges, including aggravated vehicular assault and leaving the scene of an accident. Now, the crash happened last night just after 9 o'clock on I-75 South near Edgeville Road. The Ohio State Highway Patrol says Hilt hit the back of that Arlington local school bus and then ran through a fence off the road. His car caught fire. We're going to show that to you here in just a moment. We hope. Hilt then ran from the scene. The bus was carrying over 24 Arlington Junior High School football players. 6 kids went to the hospital with minor injuries. The bus was coming back from a game against Elmwood in Wood County, and there is the aftermath of that crash last night. But you know what? There were major sighs of relief tonight in that community, knowing that it could have been a heck of a lot worse. Tatiana Cash, she went to tonight's Arlington High School varsity football game to see how families were holding up. Tatiana, what do they have to say?
Well, Jeff, as you know, kids bounce back, and so they were actually doing okay. I did speak with several of them on the bus, who were on the bus rather last night, but for the parents, they say it's definitely going to take some time to heal and shake off just the shock and honestly the pain of finding out what happened.
Take a look at this. For the first time, we're seeing the damage done to an Arlington school bus. Thursday night, the junior high football team was coming home from a game and then was rear-ended by a pickup truck. Forrest Yater was sitting in the very back.
Out of nowhere, I just hear the glass break, and then the bus starts like tilting or something like that. We slam on the brakes, but once the car hit me, I was in complete shock. I was like, is this really happening?
Yater's grandmother and mother relived the pain after hearing about the crash.
My son-in-law called me and said that the bus had been hit, rear-ended, and that Forrest had been sitting in the back and that he was bleeding and another kid was. And so it was Panic City, and they said they were on their way back.
He was in the very back seat, so we kind of thought the worst, and he ended up saying, he's like, Mom, I'm okay, but he's like, my friends aren't.
6 players went to the hospital with minor injuries. Forrest's grandmother says many of the boys have concussions or whiplash, and one student even had to get staples in their head.
We just keep praying that everybody's okay and everybody will get through it, but
While the emotions parents feel may not trickle down to the boys,
it doesn't seem real that it happened.
these young athletes are grateful to their bus driver.
Shout out Miles. He was the one.
Bus driver.
He brought us away from the crash, so we didn't catch on fire or anything. So he kept us here.
So more relaxed, as you can see. Again, Mom's still very shaken up. Now, while the players are definitely ready to get back on the field, even the ones that got minor injuries, some of the parents told me, given the concussions and the whiplash and the minor injuries, the next game might take some time. But it's something that they're all glad they definitely have more of, is time. Live in studio, Tatiana Cash, WTOL 11.